how in Scratch. Okay, we're going to be using Scratch today to make a little game. But before we start our game, we are going to just watch a quick story. I'm going to talk over the story and explain what's happening. But also, you can just look at the pictures. Okay, now this is a story that was made by an Indigenous author in Canada. We have Indigenous people here who were here before anyone else. And Indigenous people have their own culture, their own traditions, and relationship with their land. Okay, and this story is all about that. It's about our relationship with the land, and most importantly, our relationship with water. Okay, so I'm just going to share I'm just going to make sure this is sharing. Hold on. See if I can share sound. Maybe I don't share sound. I'll talk over it. Okay. Okay, so we're going to watch this video and I'm going to sort of narrate over top. Okay, so this is a book called Nibi's Water Song. It's a picture book, so I will be reading over top of it, but also you'll also see some pictures that will also help you make sense of it. Nibi's Water Song is a story about a girl named Nibi, who, just like all of us, drinks water every day. Now, the issue is that today, Nibi went to her tap and turned it on, and brown water came out. Ugh, not very nice, pretty gross. When I turn on the tap at home, the water is clear. Nibi went outside and was like, "What's going on? Is it raining brown water?" She went to the local creek, and it looked like the water looked bad. It looked gross, just like the water in her tap. So she was thirsty. She wanted to go get some water from a neighbor. So she went to the next town over. She had to go all the way to the next town to ask for some water. And that lady who lived at that house said, "Of course you can have some water. Not just one cup, you can have 2 cups. Here's a whole bottle." Why did this lady have so much clean water and Nibi had none? Later on, Nibi came back because she needed more water. Her and her dog both need to drink water every day, just like you and me. But Nibi went to one house and no one was there. She went to another house and no one was there. Maybe they were on vacation or at work or at school. Maybe they were coding. Now, what happened here in Canada and across the world is people like Nibi are not just a story. Okay, people like Nibi actually exist. You might know some of them. Some people don't have clean water. What does that mean? They can't drink water. They can't give their pets water. They can't use clean water in their garden. They can't even use clean water to wash their clothes. Now, today we're looking at a story, but this is a real life story for a lot of people. Water is life. Water is very important for all of us to survive. Humans, animals, and plants need clean water. And a lot of us here today are probably lucky enough to have clean water at home. But that doesn't mean everyone does. People one town over might not have clean water. People in your country might not have clean water. And it's important in 2023 that we make sure that we all get together and do two things. Let's make sure that we get clean water to all cities, towns, and kids, and dogs, and cats. But also, we need to make sure that we don't pollute our water, okay, that we clean it up. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to make a game here today. And I apologize, my game is in English. If you can read English, excellent, okay? But I'm just going to press the green flag and let's see how this goes. So this game works like this. You have a bunch of garbage floating in the water. Someone didn't recycle, okay? Now here you can see a basketball floating in the water, car, a milk carton, even a takeout container. And what we want to do is collect all the items. Okay, we want to go diving today to go take all this trash out of the water. And when you clean out the ocean, it'll go back to its proper color and the game is completed. Okay, so that's what we're going to be making for today. Let me show you again. So I'm controlling my character using my mouse. Wherever I move, the character will move. And when I collect these items, the score will go up in the corner. Well, it looks like maybe something got mixed up there.
Una pregunta, ¿nos va a enseñar paso a paso cómo se hace el juego?
Yeah, we're going to make it step by step for sure. Okay, all right, so now it is time to start. Okay, so to get started today, we're going to use a program called Scratch. Okay, so what you all want to do is go to the Scratch website. Okay, if you don't know how to get there, this is the website right here. www.scratch.mit.edu. If you can't type it in, there is the link in the chat. Okay, hopefully we're all there. Okay, when you get there, click on Create. In the top left corner, there should be a button that says Create. Oh, I do see someone's hand up. Someone have a question? I think Sofía Mendez has a question.
Sí. Sí, una pregunta, ¿también funciona el celular?
Yeah, it should work. It'll be a bit tricky to move your character, but it should work. Okay, so we'll make it work.
Okay.
Okay, when you click Create, it's going to open up the Scratch editor. Okay. Now, what we want to do today is clean up the ocean. Okay, so what we need to do first is add a background of the ocean or underwater. To do this, you want to click on this button in the bottom right corner. This choose a backdrop button. Okay, now scroll down until you find either underwater 1 or underwater 2. Okay, if you didn't figure out how to get there, let me show you again. In the bottom right corner, there is this blue button that looks like 2 mountains and a plus sign. I suggest that you pick underwater 1 or underwater 2 today. I'm going to pick underwater 1. Okay, now, oh no, poor cat. Cats can't swim, at least not underwater. I've never seen a cat that can swim. So we gotta save this cat. Let's get it out of here. What we can do here, in the bottom, you can click the little garbage can next to the cat. This will save the cat. Okay. Now, let's add in a character. Now, you can pick whatever character you want today to control. It's up to you. Okay. Now, to do this, click on the cat face with the plus sign to get a character. Who do you want to play as today? I suggest that you pick either diver 1 or diver 2. I guess you could pick Dot too. Dot has kind of a like a mask on. You could be Dot if you want to. And you know what? That's kind of funny. I'm going to be a dog today. Okay, you can pick whoever you want to be. If you want to be something else, you can. If you want to be a fish today, you can. If you want to be a heart today, you can. Okay, but I'm going to suggest that you either
No, yeah.
I'm going to pick the dog.
Yo también lo puedo seleccionar.
Yeah, you can select it as well if you want. Yeah. And this dog is going to clean up the ocean today. Okay. But first of all, we need to control our character using our mouse. Right now, this dog doesn't move. When I move my mouse, the dog doesn't move. When I press up, down, left, right on my keyboard, dog doesn't move. Is there a question? Yvonne, do you have a question?
En cómo, en qué botón le tengo que dar para poder buscar el personaje.
Yeah, so to get the character, in the bottom right, there's a cat face with a plus sign. Just click on that. And then go scroll down, like go down. And here it's alphabetically organized. So you can just scroll down to D. You'll find diver 1, diver 2, or dot. I recommend one of these three. Okay, diver 1, diver 2, or dot. I'm going to pick dot. Okay, now dot's going to save the ocean today. Kind of silly, but I think it's fun. So let's make this character follow our mouse. To do this, you know what? I could just probably switch to French or Spanish. Okay. I'm going to try to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we are going to bring in a yellow event block. So click on yellow events. What we want to do is we want this character to follow our mouse when we press the green flag. Okay. In Scratch, the green flag acts like you're starting. Okay, so when you want to say action and have all your actors act, you're going to click the green flag. So let's bring in this very first yellow event block that says when green flag is clicked. Pick it up and put it into your code. Now, before we go any further, make sure that you have your character selected. Okay, so make sure you click on your character down here. It'll have a blue highlight around it. Okay, that means that we're giving a script to this actor. And right now the script says when green flag is clicked. If you want to zoom in on your script, you can use these zoom buttons right here. Now, what we want to do is make this character follow our mouse forever. So let's go into the control section next. Okay. And let's add in a block. One second. Just gonna reorganize something. Okay, let's bring in the forever block. This one right here. Okay. If you want to change the language of Scratch like I did, if you didn't figure out how to do that, there is a globe up here that you can click to change your language to Espanol. Okay. Now, What we need to do is have this character move. So let's go into the movement section next. And what we need are these two blocks. One that says point towards mouse. And one that says move 10 steps. We need these two blocks to go inside here. Point towards mouse. And move 10 steps. Press the green flag and see if your character follows your mouse. Okay, if you're on a cell phone, you might have to click with your finger. Up here, you might have to click with your finger to make the character follow your mouse, your finger. Okay, I do see hands up. Ivana? If you're on an iPad or a touch screen or a phone, try just clicking with your finger around the ocean, and I think they will start moving towards that section. Okay, but for the rest of us who are on a computer, when you move your mouse around, it should follow your mouse. Okay. All right, now what we need next is maybe some, we don't need this, but for the story and for the game, let's put a little bit of litter in the ocean. Okay, now don't ever do this in real life. Only when making a game or story is it okay to throw litter in the ocean or any water for that matter. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we can all pick whatever litter you want to put in there. Okay, so go down back to the cat face, the plus sign, and pick a piece of litter. Okay, garbage, recycling, anything that doesn't belong in the ocean. I'm going to be silly and I want to put a car in the ocean. Okay, you can pick whatever you want. Now, just remember, it has to be something that doesn't belong there. So I recommend food, machines, cardboard things, clothing. Maybe someone dropped their guitar in the ocean. I don't know. You figure out what you want to put in the ocean to clean up. Only pick one thing, please. Do not pick more than one. You know what? I'm going to pick the radio. Someone was having a party on the beach, and maybe the tide came in, and took their radio. So I'm going to pick radio. Okay, that radio does not belong here. It needs to be above water. We need to pick it up and get rid of it. Right now, our character, when it touches the object, nothing happens. Okay, so let's fix that. Let's make it so that when you touch this object, you get a score. Okay. But also, let's make this object move around a little bit. Okay, when things are in the ocean, sometimes they go in random spots. So let's do that next. Hit the stop sign above your stage. Oh, it looks like Thomas's hand is up. Does Thomas have a question?
Una pregunta. Si se pierde el programa, ¿cómo es que se puede encontrar el programa si se perdió? Porque yo no encuentro mi programa.
How can I find the what? Oh, they're not on Scratch right now. So okay, the link is going to be, you know what? I'll send my file. Hang on. Okay, so here's the link that they can click on. And when they click that link in the chat, click see inside to get caught up. Okay. Okay. All right, now you want to make sure that you are in this proper character. Okay, you want to be in the garbage character right now, not your player. So make sure that you click on the litter. In my case, I'm going to click on radio. There will be no code. Okay, and that's okay, because we haven't told the radio to do anything yet. Now let's give it some instructions. What we're going to do on the radio or on your first piece of litter is go into the yellow event section and pick up the very first block that says when green flag is clicked. We're going to attach to it a forever loop. Go into the control section and pick up a forever block. Okay. Let's bring in a motion block that says move 2 steps. Or move 10 steps. Let's make it to 2. Instead of 10, type in 2. Also, let's bring in this block that says if on edge, bounce. Let's see how this looks. Press the green flag. Okay. Right, my garbage is kind of floating around and it's bouncing back and forth. I still cannot collect it though. Okay. What is going to happen is later on, when we finish the code, when our character touches this garbage, the garbage will hide. Okay, and before we bring in the hide block, we need to make sure this garbage knows when to show. Okay, so hit the stop sign and let's get back to coding. What we need to do is put a block right here. Okay, we need to put a block in between our yellow and orange block. The block we need to put in there needs to say show or be visible. So let's go to the purple looks section of your toolbox. The block that we want to go in here, 1 second, I just gotta look at my code. Oh, okay. The block that we want to bring in is this tiny block here that says show. Okay, because later we're going to use the hide block. Okay, but don't get the hide block yet. We'll come back to it later. Okay, now what we're going to do is stay in the litter. Okay, stay in the litter for now. We have one stack of code done. Okay, this is our first stack of code. We need to add in a second stack. Okay. So stay in your garbage sprite or your garbage grab character. And let's bring in another yellow event block that says when green flag is clicked. Okay, we're gonna have 2 stacks of code. Stack 1 is complete. Stack 2, we have to work on. Okay, so I'm not going to delete stack 1. Do not delete stack 1. Leave it how it is. I'm just going to scroll over and focus on stack 2. Now, what we need to put in here is an orange control block that says forever again. Okay, we want to get another forever block because we need this character to think about a question forever. The question it needs to think about is, am I touching the player? It has to keep thinking about, am I touching the player? And if touching player, what do I do? In order to tell this character to ask itself that question forever, we need to get another orange event block. The block we're going to use is this one right underneath the forever block. In English, it says if then. Okay, you want to pick it up and put it inside your forever block. Now, what we want this to say is if touching player, then hide. Okay, so let's finish off the question first. Right now it says if blank then. We needed to say if touching player then. To get this to say touching player, we need to use a sensing block. So go into the sensing section next. The very first block in the sensing section says touching mouse pointer. Okay, the very first block says touching mouse pointer. Okay, we can change that so it says touching player. So click on the word mouse pointer and change it to the name of your character. In my case, my character's name is Dot. Depending on which character you picked, you just want to click on the name of your character. Okay, my dog's name is Dot, so I'm going to click on the word Dot. If you picked the diver, click diver. If you picked the cat, click cat. Whatever the name of your character is. Once it says touching their name, pick it up and put it into this little diamond shape here. Okay, you want to put the color diamond into the shadow diamond. Now our question is almost complete. It says if touching player, then we're going to have it hide. So let's bring in another looks block to change the way it looks. Bring in the block that says hide. I think it's this one. Let's see. I'm going to press the green flag. Yes, okay, I got it. Nice. Press the green flag again, and it'll come back. Okay. So every time you press the green flag, the garbage should come back. And every time you catch it, it should disappear. Okay, I see Ivana has their hand up. If your code, if that's not working for you, look at my code, see what you're missing. Chances are, if you can't see the object again when you press the green flag, you're missing this block. Okay, but Ivana, do you have a question?
Yo todavía no he hecho el código ni nada de eso, porque estoy prestando atención, porque si yo veo en Scratch, no veo lo que está explicando. Entonces, si yo no entiendo esto muy bien, lo voy a poder ver o no.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. Okay. All right. What I recommend you do is, okay, you can try to catch up. It's not going to be easy. Okay. But if you want to just kind of pick up where I left off, if you want to get my exact same project, you can click the link in the chat and hit see inside and you'll be caught up. Okay. Watching me code is just as useful as coding along with me, coding your own project. Okay, so you can either watch me code or you can click that link and hit see inside, the blue button, and then you can catch up and we can code along with me now. Okay, there is only 10 minutes remaining. So that's why I mentioned maybe you just want to watch for the last 10 minutes. Then maybe I'll also send this code to your teachers and they can send this project to all of you. So if you want to build it afterwards, you can open it on your own time and take as much time as you need to recreate it. Okay, so it's really up to you. But sorry, I didn't realize some of you were just watching. I thought everyone was coding along. So I apologize if I was maybe going too fast or didn't take enough breaks. Okay, but for most of us, this is working. We have one piece of garbage in our game. Okay, but we can put more. Okay, what we're going to do now is, let me just think about the best way to use the last 9 minutes here. Okay, what we're going to do is duplicate this single garbage. Okay, right now, or you know what, we'll do one more thing. In the garbage sprite, let's bring in a extra block. Okay, at the top of this second stack of code, we're going to add another blue block. Okay, so at the very top, in between the yellow block and the orange block, we're going to add a blue block that says go to random position. Okay, put it at the very top of your code. Do not put it inside. Put it at the very top. When you press the green flag, you will see that the garbage shows up in a new location every time. This is going to help it work out better. Okay, now, what we got to do next is we got to make more garbage. Okay, first we're going to make it so that we have all the same garbage. Then we're going to change them so every single garbage looks different. How you do this is you want to right-click on your picture in the bottom right corner on the garbage. Okay, so I'm going to right-click on it, and there should be the option to duplicate, export, and I think delete. Okay, so what you want to do is click duplicate. And now you're going to have two garbages. Press the green flag, and you should see that you have two garbage that you can collect. Press the green flag a couple times so you can make sure it's working okay. Okay, every time I press the green flag, I have two radios here that are floating. Okay, but what are the chances of two radios ending up in the ocean? Maybe I want a radio and like a basketball. How do we change the way our second garbage looks? To change the way your second garbage looks, what we're going to do is head up into the costume tab in the top left corner. There is a tab that says costumes. Look up here, it says code, costumes, and sounds. Okay, so when you click on the costumes tab, you can recolor the character, but you can also get a new costume. In the bottom left corner, there is a cat face. Okay, make sure you click the one in the left corner, not the one in the right corner. What I can do is change this one's costume to whatever I want. Maybe instead of a radio, I'll pick a basketball because that doesn't belong in the ocean either. Give it a second to load its new costume. Then click back on code. It might take a moment for it to load its new costume. Just be patient. Then I'm going to click back on code. Now I have basketball and a radio down there. Now, what else doesn't belong in the ocean? I can now duplicate that garbage again. I can right click on garbage 2, duplicate it, and pick a new garbage. Let's see, what else can I put into the ocean to clean up? I'm not going to put it in real life, only in the game. Maybe someone was having a birthday party on on the beach, and a cake ended up in there. We go back to coding, and now I have someone who was having a basketball beach party, eating cake, and all their stuff fell into the ocean. But all good. I can pick it up and clean it up. Okay. How much garbage can you clean up? You can keep duplicating and changing costume. Now, this is fun and games with coding, but is not fun and games in reality. Okay, just want to make that clear. When it comes to the ocean, it's really what keeps us all alive. Without the ocean and without clean water, unfortunately, one by one, we'll turn into the dinosaurs. Okay. We do not want that to happen. We want to live much longer than the dinosaurs. So it's very important that we take care of our ocean. I don't know, maybe the dinosaurs really love to litter. I don't know. Okay, now don't be like the dinosaurs, don't litter, and make sure we clean up our oceans and water. Okay, because our oceans and water not only give life to the creatures in the ocean, but all that water ends up in our taps, in our cups, in our food, in the pots that we use to boil rice. That water ends up inside of you. And even though maybe I want to eat a cake right now, I definitely don't want to eat a radio. I definitely don't want to eat a basketball. And I definitely don't want to eat a guitar. Okay, so make sure that those things stay out of the ocean, because ultimately at the end of the day, somehow those items are going to end up inside of us. Okay, and hopefully the only thing inside of you right now is some new coding knowledge. Okay, hopefully you had your lunch and now you have some coding knowledge to take away with you here today. That's as far as we're going to get. Okay, that doesn't mean you have to stop here though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to email this project to your teachers. And I'm also going to email the advanced version of this project, which has a little bit more going on. Okay, so if you remember from the original version I showed you, there was the color changing effect. Also, there was a score counter. Okay, so those are the two things that we didn't get done today. Okay, so the color changes effect and it's a score counter in the finished version of this game, but I'll send both these versions to your teachers. They can send them to you and you can try to look at the code in the finished version and try to recreate parts of it. Okay, but that's where we're going to end off for today. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for inviting me. My name's Peter from Digital Moment, and hopefully I will see you all again. That's it for today, everyone. Thanks for your time and attention, and I hope you had fun. All right, thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Take a big glass of clear water.
Bye.
Hopefully, birthday cake in your
Recuerden
wallet.
para tomar la foto.
Take care, everyone. Bye, everyone.
Okay,
Bye.
Peter.
Yeah.
After finishing, we commonly take a picture. So let's take one here.
Sure, yeah, let's take a
Please.
picture. Everyone can turn their camera on.
Ya. Por
Smile.
favor,
or
vamos a encender nuestra cámara para tomar nuestra foto de evidencia del taller.
grab a glass of water if you have it. If not,
Y recuerden, debemos cuidar el océano. So we need to take care of the ocean.
yeah, take care of the ocean and send some emojis too.
Ya, vamos a colocar nuestros emojis. Vamos a reaccionar. A la cuenta de 3, sonreímos a la cámara. 1, 2, 3, smile. Excellent, very good.
Thank you.
So,
All right.
thank you, Peter.
Thank you for inviting. I hope you all have fun. Hope to see you again. Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Chao.
Bye. Goodbye. Well, I'm about to go, but before I go, I want you to know something. It's I didn't make the, o sea, no logré terminar el programa y, o sea, ya me dio tiempo para hacer lo de la basura, pero lo del jugador no me dio tiempo.
Ok, en esos
Bueno.
casos,
Bye.
Tomás, ¿me escuchas? Tomás.
Sí, sí.
Excelente. Bueno, quienes no lograron terminar el juego, porque como estábamos con cortos de tiempo, tenemos 1 hora para poder realizarlo. Obviamente, Peter ya tiene su conocimiento. Él nos va a enviar a los profesores el juego que él ya había diseñado, donde tiene el contador de puntajes y tiene también el cambio de apariencia. Entonces, lo que él va a hacer es enviarnos eso a nosotros para poder compartirlos con ustedes y ustedes puedan recrear, ¿ok? Lo importante es que hayan entendido cómo colocar los bloques con la información, ¿correcto? Eso quedó bastante claro, ¿yes?
Sí.
Excelente.
Sí.
Ya tienen entonces la información más importante, ya luego queda parte de su creatividad para poder agregar muchas más cosas, ¿ok? Así que suerte y mucho éxito en sus proyectos.
Muchas gracias. Chao.
Bye, bye.